Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am Arcelita Pirikin Bendico, and this moment I would like to discuss to you why social media lessen our social active life. While it is true that social media give us the access to instant, faster, and easier communication, in which enable us to stay up to date with our families and friends all over the world, while it is true that social media give us the opportunity to practice our freedom of expression and give us the chance to seek or offer emotional support during our tough times, we must put to consider that today social media becomes the mean of cyberbullying, bashing, stalking, and many more activities that may lead to one security threat, anxiety, isolation, depression, which sometimes may lead to societal thought or death. To begin with, social media is defined by Investopedia as the computer based technology that facilitates the sharing of ideas, thoughts, and information through virtual networks and communities. Social media is internet based and give a user quick electronic communication of content such as personal information, documents, videos, photos, and etc. In such way, everything that is shared by a user to public is visible to public. Most popular social media nowadays are Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, and many more. In connection with this, we human beings are socially creatures. As they said, no man is an island, which means we need companions to thrive and survive in this life. According to helpguide.org, being socially connected to others can ease stress, anxiety, and depression, boost self worth, provide comfort and joy, prevent loneliness, and even add years to our lives. On the flip side, lacking strong social connection can pose a serious risk to our mental and emotional health. And this way, many claims that social media is beneficial in aspect of our social active lives. However, today at this very moment, I will give you the very notable reasons on why social media lessen our active social life. In short, social media makes us gradually socially inactive. You may ask me how. And isn't social media designed to enhance our social life and makes people closer? Well, first, the reason why social media makes us socially inactive because it gives us the feeling of uncertainty, the feeling of not being good enough, doubting oneself as we compared ourselves to the pictures we have seen in the post of others. According to helpguide.org, even if we know that images are viewing in social media are manipulated, they can still make us feel insecure about how we look or what's going on in our own life. Similarly, we're all aware that other people tend to share just the highlights of their lives, rarely the low points that everyone experiences. But that doesn't lessen those feelings of envy and dissatisfaction when we are scrolling through the airbrushed photos of their tropical beach holiday or reading about our exciting new promotional work. Tell me I'm lying, but I'm sure that we all had said these lines. I wish I have that. Oh, how I love to be there too. And the saddest line, I am here or I am he. This situation is making us socially inactive. Wishing to be someone is hindering our true self, our true capabilities, and the true us, which decreases our self esteem or self confidence to socialize either online or offline. And lacking or not having might result to sadness or frustration that would negatively affect a real world interaction. Second, the feeling of being alone. It is undebatable that social media sometimes makes us feel being left alone and isolated. As social media users, we get happy every time our post gain likes and heart reacts from our online friends, in which sometimes of us do some risky things just to be noticed or to be popular. In the same manner, this would lead to severe sadness as you don't get what you have expected result. A study at the University of Pennsylvania found that high usage of Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram increases rather decreases the feeling of loneliness. Conversely, the study found that reducing social media usage can actually make us feel less lonely and isolated and improve our overall well-being. Indeed, some of us use social media as our security blanket whenever we're in social situation and feel anxious, awkward, and or lonely. We return to our phones and log onto social media to express and maybe to listen our emotion because some of us believes that it helps. However, it just denies the face-to-face interaction which truly eases anxiety. Accordingly, helpguide.org said that social media can never be a replacement for a real world human connection. It requires in person contact with others to trigger the hormones that elevate stress and make you feel happier, healthier, and more positive. Fourth, social media ruined relationship. As everyone is interconnected into very small yet very vast community, all information spread in a mere seconds. This includes fake information that would harm one's reputation both online and offline. Also from the fact that when we are texting or chatting, we might misinterpret each other messages as we don't know and see the real emotions, the tone, the gestures, and facial expressions of the other side, and then conflict and arguments will arise due to the misinterpretation of ideas. Additionally, social media may also be a toxic to a marriage's couple. This might not be a true case to all, but number of separated marriages couples because of social media is prevalently increasing till these days. Dafki Patel 2018 a Pearson student states that addiction to social media would negatively impact both our emotions and mental health. He said that social media causes addiction and affects sleep. Using electronics like cell phones or video games before bedtime can lead to a variety of sleep problems. The result is students may fall asleep in class or be unable to focus because they are simply too tired. In the same way as we are not physically and mentally fit, this would negatively affect our whole well-being, and that includes being socially inactive. Pursuing this further, social media lessens our active social life because of cyberbullying. According to Ogi Juraskovic, cyberbullying is any type of harassing, threatening, demeaning language. This was agreed by the StopBullying.gov of the United States that defines cyberbullying as include sharing personal or private information about someone else, causing embarrassment or humiliation. According to the UNICEF Philippines, online bullying have remained prevalent in the Philippines. In the report poll conducted in June 2019, almost three-quarters of young people from 30 countries said that social networks including Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter are the most common platforms for online bullying. Cyberbullying causes us socially inactive not only because we are being bullied online, but due to the fact that once we are a victim of cyberbullying, we can get bullied offline, causing us fear, trauma, severe depression, suicidal thoughts, and even deaths. Actually, I have researched in the list of suicidal deaths due to cyberbullying, and the result have really shocked me. There were too many of them, and it's really saddened me to the point that I don't want to mention their names one by one here. For your preference, just search list of suicides that have been attributed to bullying Wikipedia. Lastly, you may argue that how does social media lessen your social active life when you are enjoying in it? It is because to the main reason that once you chooses to neglect interacting or hanging out with the real people around you, whom are tangible and visible over the people you met and took online in social media, then you are having a less active social life. Because I want you to remember what helpguide.org says, and I will say it again. Social media can never be a replacement for a real world human connection. It requires in person contact with others to trigger the hormones that alleviate stress and make you feel happier, healthier, and more positive. Therefore, doubtlessly, social media does not make us more socially active. Otherwise, it makes us less socially active. Because the essence for human to socialize is to survive. And to thrive, we have to feel happier, healthier, and more positive, which can only be obtained through real time and offline and person contacts. That's all. Thank you.